So far we have shown you how to get the HBW contracting paperwork done, how to get the American General Appointment paperwork done, how to study for and take your life insurance exam, as well as check your state's requirements for being licensed. But now, once you have all of that done, you need to obtain what's called errors and omissions insurance, and I'm going to show you where you do that. So again, we start at the hbwinc.com page, come across the titles at the top to the drop-down menu, again under Sign Up Today, but this time, instead of clicking Sign Up Today, we're going to click Errors and Omissions Insurance. Now, buckle down because we're going to hang out on this site for quite a while here. We're going to go through each of these links. Now, this isn't going to take very long, but here we go. So you can register online for E&O, and you would do that right here by clicking E&O Online Registration. And what that's going to do is take you to a page where you can input all of your information and purchase your E&O policy online. You'll notice that you need your HBW agent number, which you'll input right here, as well as your zip code, which you'll input right here. You'll click Continue, go through the steps, and you can purchase the insurance online. If you're not too hip about doing that, you can do it by printing out a form and filling it out and then faxing that form in to the insurance carrier. Now, here's the form. You'll put your name, and then it talks about the policy here. You have the option to purchase equity indexed fixed index annuity coverage, yes or no. It does as well as disability income coverage, yes or no. We are going to talk about this a little bit later in this video. You'll sign and you'll date. You'll notice that you are going to fax this to Marsh, who is the E&O insurance provider, and you'll also need to pay for this by credit card. You can pay for it by check, and you'll mail a check here, but I don't recommend you do that. It's too complicated. Things get lost in the mail. Just pay for it with your credit card by filling out this form here. And then you'll sign this form here with your signature, your name. Again, see that agent names where you're going to print your name. Remember that stamp we talked about earlier, coming real handy here, and date it. Okay, so you can do this you can obtain this errors and omissions insurance either online or by printing out this form and faxing it in. Now, we are going to continue on. For those of you who had E&O before, you can renew right here online. And then the page goes on to say that this program is administered by a company named Marsh. They are the broker for E&O insurance for HBW. And it tells you right here, important, agents must fax the E&O insurance to HBW at that number once it is purchased from Marsh. So the paperwork I just showed you will get sent to Marsh. Marsh will then send you your policy, and you then need to fax that policy to HBW. And then HBW is going to send it out to all the insurance carriers that you are contracted with. So again, you send your application to Marsh, they issue you a policy, you fax that policy to HBW, and you're done. Okay? Now, new agents are going, what is errors and omissions insurance? And that's exactly what this question asks right here. Well, you've heard of, doctors have medical malpractice insurance. Well, you're essentially a financial doctor now, and you need to have malpractice insurance, and that's what E&O is. Every competent insurance agency in the country makes their brokers, as well as every insurance company almost, makes their brokers and their agents carry E&O insurance. Now, there are a few select insurance companies out there who do not require their agents to have E&O. The agents pay dearly for that, usually in severely reduced commissions. And you're probably coming from one of those companies. If you're life licensed, you've never heard of E&O, you're coming from one of those companies. Welcome to the new world. If you're brand new to this business, you've never heard of E&O, well, that's what it is. It's malpractice insurance for financial advisors, insurance representatives, etc. So why is it necessary? And that talks about it right here. Essentially, you can get sued in this business. If you sell somebody a life insurance policy for, say, $500,000, and in reality they needed $1 million, and somebody dies, and you deliver that check for $500,000, and they go, you should have sold me $1 million, and they take you to court. If you don't have E&O, I pity you. And that's why the companies require it, is that you can very easily be sued. And I know what you're saying is that, well, they wouldn't buy the $1 million. You know what? It doesn't matter. In today's world, people will sue for anything, and they can usually win. So you need E&O. And that's what this talks about here. What else should I know? Coverage highlights is it covers you for $1 million. It's a $500 deductible for your HBW business. You can also add outside business to it. For example, if you're selling insurance through a carrier not contracted through HBW, you can be covered under this policy for that carrier as well. But important note, you must submit to the insurance underwriters at Marsh that you are doing that and get approval to be covered there. But will cover all your HBW business. Any outside business you must get approved through Marsh. The cost for this insurance is $400 per year for currently licensed agents. Now, new people, pay attention here. Right under that says just $250 for the first year for trainees becoming licensed. So you joined HBW, you're brand new to the business, brand new to the industry, you do not have a license, you're only going to have to pay $250. The rest of us, it's $400 a year. Now, we talked a minute ago about the riders you could add, $75 for the annuity and the $25 for the disability. You need to make a decision if you're going to do this right now, because adding it later in the year is difficult, if not impossible. They only allow you to add these riders, they being Marsh, not HBW. This is Marsh, who administers this insurance for agents. Marsh only allows you to add these mid-year. So if you buy this policy now and in 2 months you have an annuity that you want to sell and you do not purchase the rider, you're pretty much screwed. So if you think you're going to sell annuities, buy the rider now. If you think you're going to sell disability insurance, buy the rider now. Cough it up, be done with it. $500 out the door for currently licensed people. Trainees, you would just pay your $250 plus $75 plus $25 for everything. Okay, this you got to know. HBW is not making any money off of this. Okay, you are a financial professional. You must carry liability insurance, and that is what you're purchasing here. Okay, this is not a sales opportunity for HBW or you. This is what a professional has as liability insurance. Okay. Couple of other important notes. The policy year always begins October 1st. 2008 is outdated. Every October 1st you get a new policy. You got to pay the new premium. It's a non-refundable policy, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. There's a couple of frequently asked questions here. I recently joined HBW as a licensed agent. Do I qualify for the new agent discount? No. Only training reps qualify for the new agent discount. In other words, people who come into the company, they do not have a life insurance license, but they're getting one and they're out training, they qualify for the $250 payment for the insurance. Everybody else, $400. I got to pay the $400. If you're in this business, so do you. Let's see. Do new trainees have to buy insurance when they sign up with HBW? No. You do not need this insurance until you are signing your name as a licensed agent on product applications. Okay? So if you're out studying for your test, you don't need to buy this insurance right now. Okay? Go study for your test, and then you can come back and buy this insurance. And let's see. Right here, now we talk about, again, annuity and disability riders. If I pay $400 now for basic coverage, can I add the annuity or disability riders mid-year? Or do I have to wait for policy renewal? And it tells you right there that you can do it mid-year, but you got to appeal. It's a real pain. If you think you're going to sell annuities or fixed index annuities or disability insurance, just buy it. Buy the riders now. It talks about the newly appointed trainee. Same thing. If you're going to think you're going to sell annuities or disability, buy the riders now. And then the next question: do I need this policy if I'm already covered by errors and omissions insurance through HBW Securities? No. In addition, when the registered investment and advisory business, as it grows, if you are covered under a E&O policy for that, for RIA business, you will not need a errors and omissions for life insurance because your RIA E&O covers you for everything. This is the alphabet soup day. What happens if I buy the coverage now but decide in a few months to get my securities license? You've got 60 days. You can get a refund. So, if you get your securities license within 60 days of getting your life license, you're really cooking. I don't know very many people, if any, that have done that. It's usually within a year at the earliest. So, right now, focus on your life business and building your base shop. Get the E&O for that. We'll visit securities down the road. What do I have to do to get my outside business approved under this policy? And here's what I just talked about a minute ago, is where if you're selling products for outside companies, in other words, outside of HBW, you have to get that business approved through Marsh. They are the E&O underwriters and E&O providers. I'll give you a perfect example. I sell insurance outside of HBW through a company called Lincoln Benefit, and I sell it to pilots because right now we don't have a pilot-friendly insurance carrier. Now, let me step back for a minute. If you're selling insurance to an airline pilot and all they do is fly airline flights, we do have cover. AIG, or American General rather, will cover them, and I think ING will too. But if they're out flying small airplanes for themselves, or flying charter flights, or flying for rich people, none of the carriers that HBW has will cover them. Lincoln Benefit will. So I sell Lincoln Benefit outside of HBW, and I have to get that quote approved through Marsh so that I'm covered to sell that policy if somebody sues me. Finally, can I buy a policy under my corporate name? Short answer is no. So that is E&O, Errors and Omissions Insurance. As a professional, you must carry it. This is not an HBW initiated deal. This is the industry and the insurance companies saying, anybody that's selling our products, you better carry this malpractice insurance or else we're not going to let you sell our products. Okay? Let's see. That's E&O. We will see you on the next video.